Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. The whole society determined to show. Luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing.
You know, what if you were an assistant coach of the year in the SEC for the University of Florida basketball, and then to find yourself as the head coach at Jacksonville University, and in your very first year, you earn the title of first year head coach of the year, and only to find yourself a couple years later having legendary D. Brown's son, Anakin Brown, come in as a recruit and commit to your basketball program to live out his father's legacy. What kind of story would that be? Well, I got that story for you guys. So why don't you come on, follow me, and listen to this amazing story. Let's go.
Shawn French, what up?
So I've tried a lot of protein, you know. What I've always found is all the flavors, you can taste artificial flavoring in them. With raw, it's exactly that. I don't taste that. It's a clean protein source. Tastes great, and I'm not putting a lot of things in my body that aren't good for you. The biggest thing that I will say that I love about raw nutrition and Bum Energy is they're all natural ingredients and they're third-party tested. So what that means is an actual lab test is to make sure what's in the product is actually what is stated on the label. And then you'll see on the website of Raw Nutrition that it is signed off on. So there's no banned substances in these products. Athletes can use them safely and not get tested and popped for a failed drug test for performance enhancing, ingredients. It's completely safe, guilt-free, baby.
What's up, everybody? We are back at Lynch's Irish Pub in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I have with me my boy, Coach Jordan Mincy, and freshman Anakin Brown. And man, we're going to have this amazing conversation. Thank you both so much for coming.
Thank you, Rap.
Oh, man, this is great. It's great. So talk to me, guys. I mean, you've had such a decorated career as a player, and now, as a coach, you know, 2 NCAA appearances at Kent State. Now, then you were the coach of the year, assistant coach of the year for University of Florida. And then you go to JU, man, and your very first year in 2021, first year head coach of the year. That's amazing.
You know what? It's been a blessing. A lot of times, oftentimes you question yourself, but, when you have a lot of wins, often success follows. And so being able to just have, creative young men that give us the ability to coach them and coach them hard every day, like Anakin Brown, but also having the resources that we have at the university. We have an unbelievable president, Tim Coss. He's amazing. He gives us unbelievable resources. He really pours into our program as a whole. And then our athletic director, Alzra Gilbert, he's like my right-hand man. I couldn't do anything without him. But they really, empower us to make sure that we coaching these guys the right way and give them every tool they need to be successful, not only in the basketball court, but also successful in life.
Being successful in life is the most important, right? We all know that at some point that athletic journey ends. We got to prepare these young athletes for what's to come after. But what I want to touch on real quick, man, Anakin, you have an amazing story. I mean, no secret, your pops, JU alum, NBA alum, slam dunk contest winner, D Brown. A lot of young athletes that have parents that have made it at such a level, they like to stray away from that name and that legacy because they want to be on their own. And you've really embraced it. And in fact, I don't want to directly quote you, but I read some of the states like, and you're blessed that he's able to be your dad. So talk to me about what that means to you and everything that you're doing.
I kind of think of it of a way of why would I stray away from the name? He did such a good job. He worked his hardest to build up the name, and I'm going to do my best to carry it. So I just need to do my best to carry the legacy that he built for me. He's done a great job of building me up as a player and as a young man to continue to carry the legacy no matter what I do.
How has he prepared you? And watching, everything that he's done in his career, and then now he's at JU as the assistant athletic director, correct?
I think so.
He's like, I think so. I don't know. So how has his work ethic, played a huge role in you growing up as a dynamic player?
He most definitely just set an example. Ever since I was young, he never stopped working, ever. He's always on the move, always working, but he's never too busy to give us a call, never too busy to take care of us. So he's always just been a good example for us of how to be a man, how to be a good dad, and how to be just a good person overall.
See, that's impact right now. See, that is impact. A lot of people, and I'm sure you've dealt with many parents over your career, man, that don't quite support and teach the small things. But, when you are able to get a player like Anakin and all your other amazing athletes that you coach and represents, like when they've had parents that have shown that no matter how busy and successful I am, you're still the priority. How much easier does that make your job?
Oh, it's incredibly easy. To be able to go to work with his father every day. Oftentimes, I'm asking questions to just bounce on certain thoughts off of, when you work for the Clippers, what did you guys think about this? Doc Rivers practice, what did you think about this? And so being able to kind of see Anakin grow up and understand, he had 2 amazing parents that really poured into him to create and make him the young man he is now. We're really excited about his future, but I couldn't say anything bad about his parents. Man, I love him to death. They poured so much into the guy.
It's amazing, man. This show is called The Determined Society. What's determination mean to you?
Determination means to me, never quitting, never stopping, no matter what obstacles are ahead of you. You always got to keep pushing forward. And that's, a lot of times we use the word determination just with our guys to make sure they understand, hey, look, no matter, what people believe in us, we believe in ourselves, just keep moving forward.
What about you, man? What's determination mean to you?
Definitely to branch off what Coach Mincy said, definitely just always keep going, always battling, get to the next step, next goal, next journey. So most definitely just always to just keep going. Never.
It's funny. I love it. And it's so funny because when everybody hears the word determination and motivation, they think it's gritty and angry all the time. How much of it is just waking up and doing the things that you're supposed to do, even when you don't want to do them?
About 80%.
Word. Yeah. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not always easy. Definitely on the days where you just don't want to get up, but those days make you great. Those days are the best days.
What's your cue when you're sitting there and it's like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go train. Mincy's got us up too early. What drives you? What's that trigger for you?
Definitely just there's someone else out there that's gonna do it. Someone else to go do it.
Yeah.
So, either you do it or someone else gonna do it for you, and you don't want to be left behind. So you definitely just got to go get it.
Yeah, man, that's good. You're like, someone else is out there is going to do it, right? And you're either going to take that role and go do it so you can improve and be that guy, or somebody else is going to take that, right? For you, Coach, there's so many things that are more in coaching than just coaching the X's and O's and, teaching, your players how to run the play.
Right.
Man, like, how has that determination, that discipline help you get through the administrative things, the recruiting show when you were younger growing up, the coaching? Like, how's it helped you?
You know what? Having that certain level of determination has really been a driving force. Oftentimes, especially the landscape of recruiting, it's changed continuously, especially at our level. But at the same time, the main goal that, our athletic director, Alex Gilbert, he challenged me with was, it's not about wins and losses. It's about how you're raising our young men. Are you giving them the tools they need to be successful? And so for me, every day I wake up trying to make sure I'm pouring into these guys, showing them what a great father is, being a great husband. And so it's way more than just X and O's, as you explained.
Yeah, man, I just think that when you're able to show the youth what it's like to be a man, and in the things that we have to do in order to complete the job, I mean, it's much more than people think, man. And it's one of those things where I can remember when I don't know if you know this, when I started this show in a vehicle. At a vehicle 3 years ago, I'm sitting in a VW Atlas SUV, and I got my iPhone on the Anchor app, and I'm like talking into it. It's like a venting chamber. And then, there's been so many pain points for me, a lot of tears, a lot of silence, meet, amazing Pat Sickens. And now we're sitting here 3 years later, and we're on stage in Jacksonville Beach having this amazing interview. And but it's because I woke up and did the things even when I didn't want to. And it at the expense of the pain, right? And, people mock you. I remember my dad said, "Hey, how's that little podcast going?" Well, I don't know, man. Here we are, right? But I think there always has to be maybe that external energy that comes in that gets you to drive a little bit more, but then also be thankful for that energy that was given to you. Has there been any catalyst for you that maybe, for me, I walk around with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. People will tell you. Do you have any of that drives you?
Driving,
just to get out there and we're like, all right, man, here we go. What's up?
Definitely not proving people wrong, just to prove myself right. I don't gotta prove anything to anybody, but I just want to prove myself that I can be the best person. I can be the best player, person, man. I'm just trying to prove myself right on a daily basis.
I wish I would have had that when I was a kid, because for me, it was always that negative external factor, right? That drove me in. And what it did is it put me into approval seeking, and I really wasn't owning who I was. I was doing it to prove somebody else wrong. So, brother, the fact that you have that now is going to pay you major dividends in your collegiate and, NBA career, That's pretty cool, man. What about you?
You know what? The driving force behind, the decisions and actions that I do every morning are my parents. Oftentimes I reflect on my father working 3 jobs, trying to make sure that he provided for me and my 3 other siblings. And so oftentimes I start my day, a lot of times I don't want to get up, as we just talked about. And the first thing I do is I call Willie Mincy and I say, "Hey, Dad, what you doing? How you doing today?" And, he's up. Whether he's playing with my niece, being with my mom, or doing something around the house, he's still moving and grooving. And so for me, man, I just draw energy and just so much from that man daily.
That's amazing. And I think it's great that, you're an adult, have a family of your own, you're a successful Division I basketball coach, and you're calling your pops first thing in the morning to see what he's doing so you can draw that energy from him. That's leadership. Now, you touched on something earlier that I don't want to glance over. And you talked about the landscape in collegiate sports briefly. It's so much different now. You have NIL, and then you have the portal. How does that affect you as a basketball coach and how you conduct your business day to day?
Well, oftentimes, you know, when I'm talking to people about the recruiting and how the landscape's changed, I often reflect on my time at the University of Florida. You know, oftentimes we had guys that would declare and go to the draft early. And so for me, I just kind of see the portal kind of in the same light, where we have a player that's really successful. He's a first-team all-league guy. You know what? The Floridas, the Georgias, somebody's going to be calling trying to get that kid to transfer up. Yeah. So it's my job, you know, when January hits, that's my key month. And I say, hey, look, are you going to come back or not? Just let me know. And so they tell me, Coach, you know what? I think I'm going to move on and try to move up a level. I'll say, you know what? It's fine. I love you. Gonna still always be here for you. But at the same time, it's my job to make sure I replace you. Yeah. And so, like I said, I understand the landscape. You know, a lot of older coaches might say it's a difficult landscape, but for me, you know what? You got to adapt, you got to change. And oftentimes I'm telling these guys, just like basketball, we got to pivot.
Yeah. You know, I think being adaptive, right? Having that adaptability, because to your point, man, you're the first college coach I talked to that spoke about the portal and the landscape in that light. You're almost like, dude, you have your perspectives, right? And if you don't have perspective on it, that's when it becomes tough. But if you prepare yourself for those moments and come with that loving energy, hey, love you anyway. I'm always here for you. You know, but I do got to replace you. So let me know what's up. Like, I got to know. I mean, I think that's big, man. Like, you know, I just wish more people would look at it that way. But, you know, we can't lie. It is difficult, right? There's a lot of coaches out there. The dinosaurs are struggling with it, man. You know, they struggle with it. I mean, hey, Saban's not around anymore. You know, he wasn't done. I don't know if that, I mean, I think he's kind of talked about it a little bit. It's just like, it's just becoming too difficult, you know. Everybody's a free agent every single year. It could be hard, man. It could be really hard. What are you looking forward to most? Your freshman year coming up, what are you looking forward to most?
Definitely just looking forward to the experience, the college experience, just learning from practices, learning from games, learning from definitely the older guys on the team because they have the most experience. And I can definitely learn a thing or two from them just by watching, asking them questions, and just, you know, just being a student of the games.
That's awesome. I think also you had this cheat code too, right? Because you had your pops.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is like, and it may be no different, but how has your routine changed from training for high school and then into Division I program?
With my pops, or just on a
just with your mindset and just kind of just you as far as the intensity of work, all that kind of good stuff.
Definitely, the intensity of work is definitely higher. So your mindset definitely has to change. If you don't love it, then you won't succeed. So most definitely, you have to be able to. Honestly,
you just do it, right? Yeah, it's like, you know, you're gonna be playing against men.
Yeah, you know, it's much different than high school. You got to be coming in ready to work. You can't come in slacking. Like in high school, you could get away with maybe 1-2 days a week going in half speed. In college, you can't do that. They're gonna be on you. That one day that you come in half speed, the one day you get your spots.
Yeah, get your spots. That's when you get got right there. That one day when you're slacking. How has been growing up in Jacksonville, going to balls, and then staying home at JU? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, definitely. I haven't been in Jacksonville as long as only about three years, but yeah. So definitely wouldn't consider myself as much of a hometown hero as some would consider me, but it's definitely great. I love the ability to stay home. I'm able to go home, see my parents whenever. I'm able to get into the gym, get into multiple gyms, have multiple workouts, see people on the weekends. It's great.
That's amazing. What are you looking forward to most this year, Coach?
You know what? We have a great group of guys that have unbelievable character. And so, you know, myself, our staff, we really target that, especially in the portal, just getting men of high character, like Anakin. And you know what? Every day, it's cool coming to practice, seeing the different personalities, getting to coach them. And it's been really cool the last 3 weeks of summer school, just to see how they've all come together. So really excited about our upcoming season. Really excited about coaching this young fella to my left. But it's going to be an awesome year.
Well, man, you guys heard it. You know, there's a lot of determination factors with being a coach, being an athlete at this level. And the one thing I'm hearing a lot is leadership and partnership. And I can already see the bond that you guys have here. And I know you have that with the rest of your players and your coaching staff. I'm looking forward to watching you guys, coming in person. I want good seats now. You better put me on that list. So I'm gonna hit you up like, hey, bro, I'm coming. I need 4. I know how the game works, bro. I know how the game works, Ted. But no, just thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I just can't wait to see what you guys do.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined to show.